Hey, welcome to the show. We're back. Third episode of Slowhorse's Pickmaster Challenge. It's the third episode. I know it's only the second on TV, but it's still the third episode. I'm talking to Surfer Girl. She's my producer. You guys all know that. Without her, this show doesn't go on. But sometimes, she's a bit of a nitpicker. Well, we had a wild week. In fact, that's what friggin' Joe Buck called it last night on Monday Night Football. A crazy week, I think he called it. And I have to agree, it wasn't that easy this week. We had, let me count them, 1, 2, 3, 4 upsets. Some, it was a big upset. The Carolina Panthers beating the Atlanta Falcons, that was big. The Packers losing to the Browns, that was a huge upset. They were favored by 7.5, the Packers, and they lost. The Falcons were favored by 5, and they lost. And then there was, last night with the Lions beating the Ravens. The Ravens were favored by 5. And then there was the mini upset, but, it happens. The Bears beating the Dallas Cowboys. How about that one? No, I didn't have that pick. But I had no reason to pick the Bears, and a lot of you didn't. So I don't feel so bad, about not getting that. But nobody had the Panthers. Nobody had the Browns. So we left them all on the table. Leaving picks on the table. You figure one of us would have taken a shot. But no, none of us did. Anyway, I figure, most people did pretty good. We did good. Well, some of us did good. Not everybody. Our winner for the week, who was a sole winner, the team of the Badgers. Outstanding! 13 wins. And I checked it before I said it. 13 wins. Outstanding. I wish I could have even come close to that. But I didn't. Not too good this week for me, personally. I'm getting over it, though. As time goes by, I'm getting over it. Anyway, they get the 2 tiebreaker points. Team Badgers, outstanding. There's the tip of my visor right there. How you did that, I don't know, but you did have the Bears. I'll give you that. That was good picking. And you guys are doing good in the standings, no doubt. I'm going to show that later. Got to show the standings. In any event, they won it all, the Badgers, with 13 wins. Good job, people. And then we had 12-game winners. There were 2 of them. They were the Surfer Girl and Crackling Rosie. 12 games. Outstanding. Very good. I only wish I was with you, but I'm not. I didn't pick that good. Maybe I said that earlier. But, that's an excellent story. Obviously, Surfer Girl has fixed herself. Now it looks like I'm going to be the one who has to fix myself because I didn't do that good. I tried, but, I didn't. And like I told you, this is all about me as far as I'm concerned. I just want to win your money. Anyway, moving on. There were 5, count them, 5, 11-game winners this week. Did good. The Undertaker, the Counselor, Uncle Edge, Lady Hawk, and the Jayhawker all had 11 wins. Very, very good. Uncle Edge staying up there near the top. He's fighting. He's jabbing. He's jabbing, He's trying. And so the rest of you. I'm finding it very difficult to see that I lost as bad to you people as I did. But I'm working with it. I'm trying to get over it. And then we had the 10-game winners, and there was 7 10-game winners. All use. Double digits. All use. Lucky Dan. Hollywood. Doing good. Hankster. Batman. Mr. Clean. Southpaw and Goldilocks. And the Coyote. 10 wins. All is double digit, swinging away, doing pretty darn good, I got to admit. Your picks are concise. You have your reasons, and you make your picks. And sometimes it works out, and sometimes it doesn't. Because then we got left the bottom. Now, we all had winning records. We just happened to only get 9 wins, which, in this league, we know how bad that is. You got to have double digits to really compete. I didn't compete this week. I'm a bit ashamed of myself for allowing you people to all do better than me. But, this is the way it goes sometimes. We had 9 wins. Slowhorse, myself. The Rooster. You did better than last week, but still on the bottom this week. So you got to work on this. Hollywood's gaining on you. Everybody's gaining on you. Everybody. And Boilermaker, well, you did all right last week. The week before was rough. But this week, was, let's call it mediocre, okay? Even myself, mediocre. We're above, in a winning record, but it didn't move us too good in the standings. That's for certain. So that's where it lied this week. Badgers on top. Crackling Rosie, Surfer Girl, just below with 12 wins. Undertaker, Counselor, Uncle Edge, Lady Hawk, and Jayhawker. Just to recap all this. Had 11 wins. And the 10-game winners were Lucky Dan, Hollywood, Hankster, Batman, Mr. Clean, Southpaw, and Goldilocks, and the Coyote. And on the bottom was me, Slowhorse, the Rooster, and the Boilermaker. Anyway, that's how it panned out this week. And now it's the time on the show for Pick of the Week. There wasn't really a Pick of the Week, truthfully. I usually save that for somebody who, maybe 1 or 2 people, were the only ones to pick that team and that team won. I mean, that is a massive pick when everybody else says no, you say yes. But there were 2 games that I'm going to give a shout out to. And I'm even going to, touch the brim of the visor. That was the Bears game. Cowboys at the Bears. The Cowboys were favored by 1. And, that was the Rooster managed to pull that one out. And Surfer Girl and the Counselor and the Badgers had that. Well, you figure the Badgers had that. They were on top. So 4 of you took the Bears. Good job. Giving you a shout out for that. And last night, Detroit Lions game. Once again, the Rooster, Surfer Girl over there, and the Badgers all had that pick. But also, the Undertaker, he took the Lions last night. That was, Ravens were favored by 5. So that was real good. Hey, Nova, could you take that ball elsewhere? I'm trying to do a show here. Thank you. Anyway, that would be, just a shout out this week. That's all we got for you. Anyway, as you can see, I got the thing not backwards no more, which is good. And so now I'm going to get the board. Hang on just a minute. There we go. The board. I hope you can see that. I'm going to do some pointing out here. First off, here we go. Who's on top this week? You'll note the little star. Badgers with 38 wins, 2 points. Uncle Edge right there. 2 points, 38. So they're in first. Then in second place, let me find it real quick here. There he is, the Hankster. We knew he couldn't be far behind. He had 36 wins. He's in second right now. Third place would be Cracklin' Rosie with 36 wins, but she ain't got no points. So Hankster's on top of that. Then fourth place would be me. I ain't doing too shabby, but I didn't do good this week. But I ain't got no points. So fourth, and then fifth place, I think we got a few of you. The Coyote with 33 wins. And then we got Southpaw and Goldilocks right there with 33 wins. And then we got Mr. Clean. He's bouncing on 33 wins. And then we got sixth place. Like Surfer Girl here, she's got 32 wins. And then we got The Undertaker with 32 wins. And we got The Counselor with 32 wins. And Lady Hawk with 32 wins. Darn good picking. Oh, wait a minute. Almost forgot. Fourth place with me. Right there. The Jayhawker. I didn't forget you. I found you. There you are, right there. Fourth. Anyway, we was on sixth. So we're going to move 31 wins. The Batman. He's in the middle this year. He ain't showing any great promise yet. But, he usually does pretty good. So I ain't gonna be too hard on him. And then Lucky Dan, the rookie. 31 wins. This isn't bad. This isn't bad at all. I will tell you. And then in our eighth slot, we got Hollywood, the rookie. There she is with 30 wins. We got the Boilermaker with 30 wins. That's averaging 10 games a week, 10 wins a week. It's not, double digits. You're still there. You're still in contention. And then we got the bottom, And the Rooster, you're still there. That would be ninth place last. I don't know if you can read that little last right there, but you really want to work on that because you really don't want to be last. I know. Second place gets the same money as the guy who comes in last. But there's pride. You got to have some pride. And you got to want to win. And you can't, just expect to win. You got to earn it. So that's how it pans out this week, guys. And just on a note, we got an early game on Sunday. Let me see who that is. We got the Thursday night game, Seattle Seahawks at the Arizona Cardinals. That's going to be a tough pick. I'm gonna have to send that out in an email because I haven't made my decision yet. But on Sunday at 8:30 in the morning, the Vikings are taking on the Steelers in Dublin, Ireland. So all you guys that like to wait till Sunday to give me your picks, you better get me that one early. 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. You got to have that pick in. Minnesota Vikings at the Steelers. So until, next week, when I'll have all of it for you here on the channel, I hope you'll tune in again. And I'd like you to subscribe to this channel and leave a comment. And maybe give me the thumbs up like thing. I don't know what all that means, but it probably looks good. So help a guy out, do what's right, do the right thing. Subscribe to the channel, maybe it'll give you alerts whenever I'm done and ready to go. Okay, Surfer Girl, I think this wraps it up. We'll see you next week. Don't forget, next Sunday, we got an early game. We've got the Minnesota Vikings and the Pittsburgh Steelers playing in Dublin, Ireland. So that's going to be an early game. You people who like to, give in your picks last minute, just remember, you've got a game at 8:30 in the morning on Sunday. And that's all I got for you this week. So, until next week, just remember, the more energy, the more effort, and the more ingenuity you put into gambling, the more you get out of it. At least that's how I feel. See you next week.